This is the Riot Podcast, and remember yesterday when Nikki was like, oh my gosh, why isn't it Friday?
Today it's finally Friday. I knew if I was patient enough, eventually it would get here.
You know what, Nikki? I've got great news. It's like that every week.
I did that? No, just let's treat it week by week, okay? We had that patient attitude, and we waited and we waited and we waited, and now finally it's Friday. Mm-hmm. And so far, we've had a Friday where a lot of things have gone like not the way it's supposed to. So I don't know how the rest of this weekend's going to go. I don't feel so good about it.
Well, you know what, Nikki? Here's the thing. I feel like we've front-loaded the weekend with all our problems.
So we got them all out of the way.
And so when we hit the weekend, it's going to be trouble-free.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. We do a Riot Food Fight Japan edition where we finally get to try from Japan the Peach Coke. So if you've ever wanted to try the Peach Coca-Cola, you can listen to at least us try it. And we also have that posted if you want to watch us for our reviews and for our interviews. Those are posted at RadioU Riot on Facebook, and follow us on RadioU Riot YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and then sign up to get notified.
We've also got in the podcast some Bird Bowl news. Hot goat
that
yoga.
That might be my fit. Bird Bowl really was a good way. That was a good thing from today.
That was a good thing. We also talk about Nintendo Labo. That's out today. Someone's not feeling it. We've also got a riot control. We haven't actually done riot control in a really long time. We mostly just do Obadiah plays and let it go. But I thought, no, I got something to say.
I think that was good.
I've got something to say. So we talk about a game called Extinction that's out now. Hot Naked Cheetos. It might have just been Naked Cheetos. I feel like I keep throwing hot in there.
Well, was it Hot Cheetos? Like the Flamin' Hot?
I don't have a confirmation on that. Let's just change the name. We're going to alter the Naked Cheetos.
Naked Cheetos.
I also talked to Dr. Nikki. So you guys enjoy the podcast.
She's available, too, if anybody else would like to make their payment.
Yeah, we'd love to.
I can Skype a doctor session.
Yeah, and you're going to learn so much about yourself.
Hopefully so. Hopefully you're happy. You'll be getting a survey at the end of the show as well.
I thought you were going to say you'll be getting a bill.
No, just I want feedback to let me know how your trip to the doctor went. And on that end, not very good. But I'm not the medical doctor. I'm the head doctor.
Right. She's the
more of a therapist.
Emotional.
Yes, emotional
concerns.
Doctor. I don't do medical. We're not there yet.
Not licensed to write a prescription yet.
Well, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. In case we don't ever say it enough, thank you so much for listening to this podcast.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it. So stop by. And you know what? If you want to talk to us about anything you hear on the podcast, stop by our Facebook page.
Yep.
Or you can also find links to our Twitter accounts, Instagram, riot.radiou.com. I will tell you, if you haven't heard me say it before, I love talking to people on Twitter. So please hit me up on Twitter. I'd love to hear from you.
He is Obadiah RadioU. I love to talk to you guys on Instagram. And mine is RadioU Nikki. I prefer direct messages there.
That's fine. So, hey, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
The Worst of the Riot box set is now available nowhere because we know you wouldn't want it anyway. It's The Worst of the Riot on Radio U.
You should have been in the parking lot with me 5 minutes ago.
Were you getting ready for another, morning of just clearing your throat and being healthy and happy and active?
It's real. I wasn't gonna say this. This keeps happening. I keep coming in here like, don't address your cold. Be a professional. Do your job. People actually don't want to hear it. People are tired of hearing you talk about it. Shut up about your cold. And yet I get a little cough going, and now we're back at it.
And it just comes tumbling out.
And just to be clear, guys, if you think you're tired of hearing about it, I'm tired of talking about it. Like, more tired than you are of hearing about it.
And he's really tired of feeling it, too. Aww.
I was out in the parking lot. This has never happened. This is like a first, a physical first for me. I sneezed.
Yeah.
And a huge wad of phlegm came flying out of my mouth.
Yes.
That's happened to you?
Yeah, it has.
I've never had that happen.
On my shirt, and I didn't know about it. I was like, what's that?
I was just glad you weren't around because it was projectile. It was like, woof.
I could have been hit.
I mean, it was like Heimlich maneuvers. Somebody was grabbing me, and I was choking on a piece of steak, and there it went. And I literally was just like, what is happening?
When it happens, you're like, what's going on with me? What am I doing?
Do I still have my teeth?
Is everything okay?
What is that?
What came out?
Things are flying out.
You know what? It's medical. It's fine. It happens. It's the human body. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. I didn't know that could happen. Like, I had no idea that could happen.
Saved you from blowing it out of your nose. It's fine.
Like, it's saving tissues. That's like really
that's important nowadays.
Great.
It is.
That is great. So thank you, Body, for being that person, being that way. That's really awesome.
Well, happy Friday, everybody.
The Riot is an award-winning morning show.
It's literally a medal for sucking. Now that is a medal for trying.
Okay.
Radio U.
Hey, you know what's out today? Nintendo Labo.
The cardboard thing?
Mm-hmm. That's right. So you too can go to the store, and for $70.
Is that how much it is for a kit?
You can grab yourself a Make Play Discover kit.
Yeah.
So now let's be clear. It's not just going to be something for the Nintendo Switch, meaning it's not just cardboard. It will integrate your Nintendo Switch so you can play a fake piano. Think about how much you play the real piano you have. Now you can play a fake one.
You can play the fake one.
You'll be able to do...
That's the answer to all of my piano concerns.
You'll be able to do fake fishing with your new cardboard fishing rod that you're building.
If it was cheaper, I think it might be clever. But it'd have to be like $5 or $10 for a kit, but not $70, $80.
I think it's amazing. They have managed... And let's be clear, it is impressive. Like, when you look at it, it really is. There's something cool about it, but my brain can't get past the fact that it's like, you want me to build this cardboard thing, and I'm playing with a box. And I know. Somebody's like, yes, that's what children love. They love when you give them the box, and it's so much cooler.
That was way back in the day.
And
when all you had was boxes.
No. I'm not interested in playing with your very, very expensive cardboard. And I feel like a grumpy old man about it, but I'm just like, no, I want expensive graphics.
I want to play with the Switch.
The big explosive stuff.
That's it.
And you want me to build a piano out of cardboard?
Well, when you watch the stuff for it, like it is more impressive once you see it. If you're just reading its description, it sounds ridiculous. But when you see it, it's just so much money for what it is.
I went ahead and took a look at Polygon has got an unboxing video.
An unboxing of the boxes?
Basically, yes.
Yes.
And so they show you kind of what it looks like. And admittedly, again, it's something that's kind of neat, but I just look at it. I'm like, nope, not my money. My money's not on that. My money's on something else. So not this one. But you know what? It's out there. So if you're interested in some cardboard box fun, build your own remote control car out of your Nintendo Switch and their cardboard, you're in, dude.
So what do they call it? Nintendo Lab?
Nintendo Labo. So it's Labo. And it's out there. Like I said, $70. And that's for the variety kit. There's also the robot kit. That's $80. And then some sort of a customization set, a.k.a. stickers.
The sticker pack, an actual real-life sticker pack.
Those are $10. So
it's new and innovative. You know, where you're like, yeah, but I bought the costumes for Fortnite. You're like, no, I bought the stickers from my box.
Can you hold that cardboard in your hands?
It is actually interesting when you see it. Like, they do, I think, a good job of stylizing it and making it look like, wow, what the heck is this? But when you break it down, it is still cardboard, just broken down.
I just can't. You know what?
You don't have to. You know what? Let's have freedom in the fact that we don't have to.
If you guys can, I hope that not only you just have the most fun you've ever had with it. That's what I hope. I just am not looking for that kind of fun today. Maybe next week.
My favorite part of the worst of the riot, when they shut up and the music starts. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Nikki, what are you doing Thursday, September 6th?
I do not know yet.
Get out the calendar!
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. I will get out my calendar.
What are you doing on Thursday, September 6th?
I don't even think I have anything planned then. I don't usually plan that far in advance.
Well, you know what, then? You're not welcome at the NFL.
What day is it again?
Last night, the Thursday...
I can't, when you're yelling at me, I
have to repeat myself for the third time.
I just can't understand
I guess
you when you're
it's
yelling.
the second repeat, but it's the third time I've said it.
That you've told me, and I apologize, sir. What is it again?
Thursday, September 6th.
September 6th. I don't have anything yet. Okay. Just our normal work stuff day.
Last night, the NFL booked you.
What are we doing?
Thursday, September 6th. The Super Bowl champion Eagles will be hosting the Falcons in a rematch of the divisional round playoff. It's Bird Bowl.
Please, NFL, people will like you more if you could just make the Bird Bowl.
Let's see. 1-800-NFL suggestions. Bird Bowl.
Bird Bowl 2018.
Perfect.
And
Bird
then you
Bowl
have
18.
some sort of bird sounds with it.
I love that. And, if I had known.
On top of things before.
If I had known we were going to talk about the Bird Bowl, that was your idea.
I think it's wonderful. I could see the marketing. They could have a really fun time with it. The teams could really get into it.
Man, where's
your bird sound at?
I don't have it. I don't know. I don't know anything. That's a great idea.
Easy there. Don't too much.
It's fine.
Then you get sick.
It's fine.
Don't do that.
Well, yeah, last night they announced all of the NFL games. And I mean all of the NFL games. So I can tell you right now, sure, what are you doing Thursday, September 6th? But then, what else are you going to be doing on, let's say, Friday, December 14th?
They must think people pre-plan a lot, because this is way in advance.
It's fascinating. I read an article. I have no idea why. It was actually when the NFL started doing Thursday night games again, or maybe it was the first time, I don't know. I read this article that was fascinating about a woman who called herself an NFL wife. And she was talking about how she loves her husband loves the NFL, and she made a decision early on that instead of being the kind of person that makes, kind of throws a fit about him liking
critical
the NFL,
of it.
She wanted to be supportive of it. And so she actually makes him game food on Sundays for NFL whatever. And then there's the Sunday night game, the Monday night game. And she wrote this big article about how angry she was with the NFL because she's been very supportive of all these things. And it's not enough for the NFL because now they want one more night of her husband's time.
And she can't give any more.
And she's tired she's like, hey, I have given this much and I've been fair. I'm tired of you taking one more night.
Where the NFL's like, yeah, we can squeeze one more. We can get another game in.
It's no big deal.
More games equal more money.
Yeah, because, you get more of the, what do you call it? The
revenue?
The money.
The money?
Yeah. Nikki, the only thing I could find, and this bothers me, because Nikki and I are really excited about Bird Bowl Thursday, September 6th. That's what we're calling it, and nobody else. I want that, Eagle/Red Hawk thing. It's like, go!
Yeah.
And all I could get is this.
Oh, well, now that's disappointing.
Bird Bowl.
Takes all the air out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, you need something you can hit really hard. Bird Bowl!
I wanted majestic.
I know.
Regal. Kind of like that.
That's closer.
More like the big birds from Lord of the Rings, if you want to break it down.
Eagles?
Yeah.
Okay. It's nice, right?
Who let the birds in,
Did
guys?
you say Lord of the Rings?
I did. Well, you have that ready to go.
I do. We got to get back on that red whatever hawk. So, all right,
thank
whatever.
you, NFL, for letting us know your upcoming season schedule.
Did you put it in the
calendar?
your calendar?
I did.
Your burp? You didn't.
Did I?
You didn't.
What?
You're lying.
No.
I can tell.
Not at all.
You're going to miss Bird Bowl. And you know what? The only person you're hurting is you.
I feel a Facebook Live event.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Outside of that, I don't really watch the NFL.
Yeah. But for Bird Bowl.
I might make an exception.
Yeah. Pretty excited. It's going to be that. And then
No, we're not actually excited. We're not even pretty excited. We're just intrigued about if they would do that.
I'm going to Bird Bath first. It's the warm-up.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? Radio U.
Forget about Bird Bowl. It's time for us to take a look at what's going on with goat yoga. You guys know that Nikki's Goat Farm is something that we've been laying the foundation for years, both here on the show and behind the scenes as Nikki and I look at what's trending.
Yeah.
And
even though for goat yoga, I mean, that's been popular the last couple of years, more in the Pacific Northwest.
True.
But it's kind of traveled to different cities. I felt like there's been a lull, though, in news about it.
It's been quiet.
Like people moved on to other types of yoga.
It's interesting. I was talking to Chip and Joe about our farmhouse, and we're actually expanding a room there where it's going to be a hot yoga room. So we've had to...
Ooh, hot goat yoga sounds so bad.
Nikki,
so smelly.
We're hitting both important yoga trends at once.
No. I hate hot yoga. And
goat yoga.
Goats make me nervous, so I don't really know what I want to do with this.
I think I want to call it goat hot yoga because hot goat yoga makes it sound like, oh, yeah. Some of the best looking goats you ever see. You don't even know.
Oh, my goodness.
So we got to be careful with where that goes, right? So in New York City, they were about to open New York Goat Yoga.
I think this one was like the first one of official goat yoga in New York City. But the opening is not going to happen.
Yeah, and by the way, I was totally wrong. New York Goat Yoga is actually at the Gilbertsville Farmhouse in South New Berlin, upstate New York.
Well, okay, so it is just New York, but not New York City.
Yeah, it's not New York City. It was going to be $40 for a 45-minute class. No, okay, I just want you to know that when I see things like that, I feel so much better about the fact that I'm like, I wanted to buy God of War, but it was $45, and I just feel like I'm wasting my money.
Do you want God of War, or do you want one goat yoga class?
One will goat of yoga?
One will be there for the rest of your life. I mean, you got the game.
Yeah, but what about the memories?
True.
You and the goat. Well, guess what? It's not happening.
Because it's not sanitary.
It's not sanitary.
Basically, the rule makers have gotten involved and said that it's a case or a possibility of spreading germs and diseases. Mm-hmm. So this particular hot goat yoga place cannot, or it's not hot, it's just goat yoga, cannot open up.
We're doing at Nikki Farms are going to have goat hot yoga, not hot goat yoga. Okay.
Oh my gosh, how ironic would it be if you have like a smoothie bar and we do goat's milk?
Heck yeah.
Yes. Like all goats.
And I just want you to know that for the third time, I've completely messed up the details.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
Well, it's this. Okay, this is why I was so confused. They have that goat yoga in upstate New York.
Yeah.
They were opening a location in Brooklyn.
Oh, now it makes more sense.
So that's where I was making my mistake. So
Brooklyn
that was going to be
on the goats.
The New York City was like, no hot goats, no goats, no goat yoga, no to goat yoga. Because, you don't know where that goat's been. And more importantly, we don't know where you've been, so please don't touch the goat. So,
please, just in case.
And the thing is, it's not just a matter of like, well, they didn't get the proper permits. They've basically said there will be no goat yoga
in Brooklyn,
in New York City. Nowhere. The law is set up.
Unless you have like a fight club, but instead it's a secret goat club and it's goat yoga.
Mm-hmm. Goat yoga club.
Don't think that's not going on somewhere.
I see a lot of new faces here tonight. Means a lot of people are breaking the first rule of goat yoga club.
And telling people about it.
So stop it.
Oh, you live next to it and you're like, I swear I hear goats. I swear I do.
Honey, I went outside. There's no goats. We live in the middle of New York City.
Why would there be goats?
I think you're having nightmares again.
Leftovers from the most disgusting meal you've ever had. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Man, I could go for some chicken. I haven't had breakfast, so I could go for some chicken fingers right now.
No wonder it's been a harder morning. You're not fueled with the fuel that you need.
Wait, I didn't say it was a harder morning.
Well, no, it's just every day.
You feel like
we're just tired.
So on the outside looking in, you feel like it's been a bad morning?
I feel like
Nikki just said I'm having a bad morning.
I feel like you're hungry.
Okay, now
and that brings a passion in you that is not always seen except when you're sick. So if you're hungry or sick, it's both.
I'll tell you, yesterday was not a great day. I argued yesterday. I'm struggling. I'm struggling.
It's okay. And so I didn't know, like, for this morning, no wonder you're hungry.
Yeah, how about some of this Japanese food that we're going to do in a food fight? And I'll eat these while you...
Tell you the story?
Tell me a story about...
So we love chicken fingers, especially Obi. There's so many out there,
Is this distracting?
A little bit. But it's
Hang on, I'll put them away.
It's that thing when, like you watch the YouTube videos and they're eating in the microphones and it's on the different sides. Except with us, it's right there in the middle.
I'm losing it!
And it's terrible.
Okay.
But yeah, we love chicken fingers. We love
so
chicken.
Much.
We really
so much.
Don't hide that from you guys. But we're just reading an article. Sonic, if you are a fan of Sonic.
Sonic, where you can drive up and they'll skate over and bring you some food to your window.
I don't think they skate much anymore.
I saw a girl skating the other day.
I think that's if you want to, but I don't think they can tell you anymore. You have to.
Regulations say they can't.
But Sonic has these chicken fingers, and so they've announced that they're going to be releasing in June a new version, which the reviewer says it's on the level of Cane's. Like if you're a fan of Raising Cane's.
I will tell you that Cane's probably has the best chicken fingers out there. And they're going nationwide. So if you don't have a Cane's chicken fingers near you now, there's a good chance that will end up happening. But they just have spectacular chicken fingers.
And they're calling Sonic, they're saying, it's a game changer. Yeah, I would just say it's a game changer.
All right, here's where I get a little concerned and or contentious.
Yeah.
The thing that part of what makes a Cane's chicken finger so good is that they hand batter those things, and I don't know if they do it right there in the store or not, but I'm pretty sure they don't come out of a bag and where they're frozen and then dropped into a fryer.
I don't know, but that's usually what you get at most fast food places.
You get that at most sit-down restaurants. I will actually, like, sometimes I like chicken fingers enough that I would go to a restaurant and get them, and I will ask the waiter and or let's call them a server.
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, are these hand battered? And they look at you like, what? And it's like, look, if you're just taking your chicken fingers and pouring them out of a bag into a fryer, I can do that at home.
From the restaurant store that you didn't even make them.
Like it's coming from GFS chicken fingers. Like, then I don't care to have that. But if you're hand battering them, that's a different story.
It might be something. They say that, and plus it's different too when you get it. Like we have a fast food restaurant's headquarters where we are.
Right.
And if you go, the closer to the headquarters you are, the tendency for the better the food is. So if you're not in this area, or if you're not near Sonic's headquarters, then the farther away you get, it's not always as consistent with what they're presenting as being like, these amazing new chicken fingers. But they're going to be updating their chicken fingers in June, a mid-June launch. So you'll see that then.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm on board for at least a trial run.
For anything new chicken-wise.
That's right.
It's a crispy, tender dinner with chicken sauce tater tots. I'm also up for tater tots anytime. An onion ring and Texas toast.
So David says he just texted in, Cane's fresh fries, all their fingers in store. That's why the drive-thru takes so much longer.
Their fingers? No.
Keep them out of the fryer.
What's wrong?
Yeah, that one. So, you know what? What's probably happening for lunch now? We've talked about it so much. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep myself from having that for lunch.
The Riot has a problem with authority.
It's a little rule. Maybe you're not familiar with it. Nobody tells me what to do, ever.
So today is the day, and I guess for them it's already been the day. It's the night. In Saudi Arabia, they had their first movie theater opening ever. They opened 3. By the time we get to 2030, there will be 300 movie theaters in Saudi Arabia.
Now,
right now, there's only one.
I don't mean to say this in a snarky way. So
but you're going to, so go
I don't
ahead.
Want to, are women allowed to go to the movie theater, or is it just a men-only thing?
Maybe.
That's my only question when I heard.
All right, wait, I'm looking.
I heard talk of great, the movie theater's open, but can a woman go?
Okay, well, here's a picture of the inside of the movie theater, and there are men and women in this theater. And despite what
is it like a separate section?
No, I see men sitting next. Are they sitting next to women? I actually, from these photos, I can't completely tell. But they're in the theater at the same time, and the women's
baby steps,
they have the. Oh, great.
The head covering?
Yeah, that, but not their face.
Sure.
I feel like I always see photos from Saudi Arabia and females have to have everything covered except for their eyes. And then sometimes they get accused of having lusty eyes, which, man, you're really screwed if you have those. I don't know if that's genetic or what, but dang, right? So they're all in the theater together, and it's, they don't have the recliners that we've become accustomed to.
Oh, come on, guys.
Which, I mean, they got oil for days. I'm kind of surprised, get a little love.
They just might not, have that vision for it yet.
Stadium seating's a thing, though.
Yeah.
So that's there. So they showed Black Panther. It's the first movie to be shown there in over 35 years. And everything was fine, but they did remove all the kissing scenes.
Oh, from the movie?
Yeah. Which I don't really remember. I'm sure somebody kissed somebody, but I don't remember it.
It happens in movies.
Well, me, I'm watching kissing all the time, so it just runs together. All the smoochy.
I'm sure then there's a limited amount of movies that they're going to release, because some movies, if you take the kissing out, there is no movie.
Yeah.
You're losing some of the plot.
Nikki, I think those are the kind that people watch online.
I don't think they're putting that there.
Yeah. So I don't know what their next planning is, but that is...
that's a step
that's
then.
It. That's a
step.
Thing. They got a movie theater, so makes me want to go to the movies. Exercise my freedom, right? Freedom to
use your movie pass.
My movie pass.
Finally see Ready Player One.
Don't start.
I mean, I just want to talk to you about it.
Don't start. We have already had this conversation.
You always see movies, and I don't understand why the one movie I actually go see too, we can't talk about it together. And I feel like the time has already passed.
Because that's my new personal rules. I can't see the same movie that a woman sees.
Right.
So I can't go. You ruined it for me. I can't.
I saw it first.
I can't.
Well, just try too soon, okay?
You know.
What? I'm just trying to encourage you.
Mm-hmm. Encouragement through discouragement.
No, try to go see it soon. I think that was encouragement.
All right, well, here's the deal. Probably next Monday or Tuesday.
You said yesterday, and then you said maybe today.
I said maybe yesterday.
So now you're just pushing it to next week again.
You know what? Do you want my maybe to turn into a no? Because I will turn the car around.
Are you going to turn the car around?
I will turn the car around.
Fine.
I will.
I don't want you to see it anyways.
Me either. There. Now we're both happy.
You're hearing it for the first time, and it sounds terrible.
It's the worst of the riot on RadioU. Riot Control. Riot Control on RadioU.
I want to play a game.
It is the riot. I've been playing a game called Extinction. It's out for the PC, the PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One. We got a code to play it on the PC. So you're a guy that's running around fighting these green and blue and other color goblin-looking guys that are attacking folks in this town, and you're trying to save them.
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to evacuate all the people, and they're hanging around these crystals. So you run up to the crystal, and you're like, ah! And you hold your arm up in the air, and eventually you fill up this meter, and they get beamed out, because that's the crystals
people?
are beaming crystals, yeah. But the whole time, these little green guys are trying to kill them, and that's where Extinction gets its title, because they're trying to make the peoples extinct. Well, you're part of an ancient warrior sentinel class that's going to keep that from happening. So you go in and start doing your thing. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm saving these guys. What's that? And then there are these enormous giants called Raveni, Nikki. You could just call them Titans.
Sure.
It's so Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds a lot like that.
The Raveni start attacking the city while these little green guys are attacking the people. So you're trying to save the people, and as you save the people, you've got this little meter that fills up. When that meter gets filled up, you can run over and kill one of the Raveni. So one of the things that's really cool about this game is you're this like normal-sized guy, and these Raveni would be like 60 feet tall. So when you run over to them, they're huge. And it's a little disgustingly bloody, but like you'll go over and cut their leg off, and they'll fall over, and then you got to cut their head off. But it's all, listen.
Sounds lovely. It makes more sense when you're playing it.
Think Overwatch. Like, it's real cartoony.
Sure,
it's not really
getcha.
disgusting. And that's really the core of the game. Now, I haven't played all the way through the game, and that's where we're going to run into my little problem here. Is that
Extinction?
Extinction could just as easily be called frustration. Like, if you called the game frustration, I would be like, yeah.
Is it too hard to beat, or does it just never end?
What I can't figure out is, am I just really bad at it, or is it not very good?
Not very good or hard?
You know, Nikki,
well, we've all had games where it's just frustrating.
There are games that are just hard and that is frustrating. This was a game to me that was so frustrating, I didn't want to get good at it. And it's pretty simple. Like, you really only have one button that you're pushing to fight the little green guys, and that's the X button. And there are all these combos that are like, hold X, wait on X, tap X really fast, you know, and you do different things. And I thought that was an interesting idea, but I thought that combat was very frustrating. The Raveni, the camera is so hard, and those are the giants, I'm sorry. When you're attacking the giants, the camera just goes nuts. So you're just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I am. Am I playing this? Is this a cutscene? And then let me give
motion sickness.
One other thing that drove me nuts about Extinction. The game, as I said, kind of takes place in two places. You're saving people or you're saving the city. So you're fighting little guys or fighting big guys. If you're off fighting the big guys, there's a character that'll pop up and be like, they're slaughtering the people, help the people. And if you run over and help the people, somebody jumps up and like, they're killing the city, help the city.
So you're just always being pushed between the two?
I'm being needled. I was just like, somebody shut up. I'm just trying to have fun. And it's like, no matter what I'm doing, it's not good enough. I'm not doing it fast enough.
This feels too much like real life.
And I mean, like, I focus on this, you're not happy with that. I focus on that, you're not happy with this.
You know, I can tell you're frustrated by this game.
I just keep going back and forth, and finally I was like, why am I even playing this right now? I'm not emotionally ready to handle this. And so that's Extinction.
That seems interesting. That's a rousing review.
I played it a lot, and every time I was like, I quit because I can't handle the pressure right now.
Well, don't forget you can watch the review from a Riot Facebook live event. So
it's there.
For Riot Control, that's available through our RadioU and our RadioU Riot pages. So then you can sign up to be notified for the next time Obi plays another game live.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, not swinging from the Ravenny because what's going on.
Seems like this might be a pass for you.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm done with it.
Okay. So it's a no-go.
Like I'm done playing it. I can't.
And it's not like you were just done playing it last night. Like you're just completely done.
Yeah, like I emotionally am not capable of playing it and playing it well.
You've got to hand it to Obadiah and Nikki. Anyone can eat junk food all day.
Where's my food?
But they've figured out a way to get paid for it. The Riot on RadioU.
All right, Nikki. It's time for us to have a bit of a discussion and or health update.
Yes.
I need to talk to Dr. Nikki.
Yes, please, patient, come on in.
So if Dr. Nikki is around, I want to make sure that that's who I'm talking to.
The doctor is in.
I don't want to just talk to like
anybody.
Hey,
any Nikki.
Like whatever, Nikki. So actually, why don't we go ahead and next time on Dr. Nikki. But doctor, I need help. I can't sleep.
What can we help you with, sir?
Okay. I normally get up at 4:30 a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
It's suspenseful, isn't it, guys?
Yeah. That's not what I thought it was.
We can just go with it. If not, you can just talk to me without the music.
Well, as long as you feel like you're in the
mood, like the suspense of it.
Here's the thing. I really, really need to take some time and sit down and clean up my soundboard. Like, I really need to do that. Where were we? Okay, I normally go to about 4:30 in the a.m.
Sure.
All right? 4:30 and get here when I get here. But the last few days, for reasons that I'm not entirely sure of, I'm waking up at 3:45.
Oh, no.
And I go through these periods where this happens. Like, just whatever's going on, and I'll just wake up at 3:45. And I'm not like, I'm so tired, I can't. I'm awake like, I'm awake.
Like you're ready for the day.
Yeah.
So should you stay up then, or should you go back to bed?
Well, Dr. Nikki, that's why I'm here.
Well,
because here's the thing. I can go back to sleep, and what inevitably happens is I'll be like, all right, if I really push it, I could sleep till like 4:42.
Sure.
And I'll set my alarm for that, and then I'll try to go back to sleep, and then I'll actually feel like I never do go back to sleep, though I obviously do, because when my alarm goes off, it's like, why are you torturing me?
Even though you've already been through that.
Right.
Why, may I ask, sir, are you still taking an afternoon nap?
No.
No, okay.
No, I haven't had any afternoon naps.
No early afternoon, no late afternoon.
No naps.
No early evening naps. I just want
No.
to make sure, because sometimes when you get sleep at another time, like you could be done with sleep by 3:45.
I could.
Like
You're
your
right.
body already had enough.
So I know that it has something to do with sleep cycles, because they say that, one of the reasons why you're so groggy in the morning is that you're waking up in the middle of a sleep cycle. But here's my question. I cut 45 minutes to an hour off of my sleep every night because I'm so awake and I'm getting up. But then do I pay for it like on Thursday or Friday? And I'm like, I'm so tired, I want to die.
But you're tired.
Which, by the way, is how
anyway.
I feel anyway.
You feel like that anyway. So I feel like, is it worse on you in the morning? Sometimes when you go back to bed, it's worse on you.
Yeah.
And sometimes they say you should just go ahead and get up. That's apparently when your body wants to get up, you need to listen to your body.
The only thing that is a bummer is I actually thought like I could go to the gym right now. My gym doesn't open till 5. That does not give me enough time to get here to do the show. So like I couldn't do that. But you wake up and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? It's 3:45. Is anybody else up?
I don't even feel like I would feel uncomfortable running outside at that time at night. Even though like you're just fine, but yet you still feel nervous.
When I do, I haven't been running in the mornings for the last probably
that's not morning,
month or two.
That's night.
No, but
late
that's
night.
I normally, when I would get up and run, it would be like 4:15.
Yeah.
If I would get up and go running. So
I don't know what to tell you. Just listen.
Well, you're not getting my copay.
I get it anyways. I got it when you walked in the door.
No, you didn't.
It doesn't matter.
I told him to bill me, and I'm going to dispute the payment.
I am just here I want you to hear what you're saying, and then you have to come up with your own answer. You're the one who has to get up at 3:45 in the morning.
Man, I hate this holistic medicine crap.
If you're going to.
If you choose to.
Why don't you get a salt lamp and then one of those little warming lights when you wake up?
So what, you want to cook me and then put salt on me?
No, but maybe it'll relax your space.
Okay.
Feels like your space is a little anxious.
It's not. It's wonderful. In fact, it's so inviting that I never want to leave it.
I never want to leave. Except
at 3:45 a.m.
when you're just like, why am I getting up now? I'm sorry.
I don't understand. I think next time I'm just getting up. Like, instead of, like, this morning I went back to bed and I've been miserable, and I'm making all of you guys miserable.
Then when you're tired later, you can tell your body, this is what you get. This is your fault.
You get what you get, so let's throw a fit.
So stop waking me up so early.
The Riot talks about wanting a day off, but when do we get a day off from them?
Whoa! You suck at this!
It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
I just would like to, before we talk about your naked Cheeto time, Nikki just said to me, you sound like a goat.
What? No, you stretched and yawned at the same time, and you go, and it just sounded like a goat to me.
I think you got goat on the brain.
Well, we talked about that earlier.
Nikki's focused on that farm, guys. So here we are. You're in Monroe, Louisiana. You're having a nice night, and you think to yourself, I could go for a hot bath, and nothing goes with a hot bath like a bag of Cheetos.
I guess if you want to relax and that's something you like, that's your snack time.
So you head inside, right? And you get yourself some Cheetos and you just relax. And then what happens? Every time you're trying to relax, what happens? Somebody comes in and interrupts you right in the middle of your bath and Cheeto time.
Yeah.
And then they call the police.
Because, you call the police because someone's interrupting you, or because you're not?
No, they call the police.
If I had to guess, did someone break in and that's not their bathtub?
Well, the door was kind of open. All right. And I found the Cheetos.
And then they're not, like, that's not their place? They broke in?
Yeah.
And they're using the bathtub naked?
And eating your Cheetos. Oh, okay, I have a couple.
I'd have to move.
I got a couple of questions for you.
Yes.
One, what's worse, that they're eating your Cheetos or
they're
using
naked.
the bathtub?
They're naked, yeah.
But, I mean, are you throwing the bag of Cheetos away?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I thought the police would take that as evidence.
Maybe. Well, here's my thought is, at least they were clean when they were eating the Cheetos. So, I mean, since they washed their hands, can you reach your hand into the stranger Cheeto bag?
Nope, not at all.
Can't? Okay.
They're gone to me. They're dead to me.
And that bathtub, can you just clean
That's
that tub?
dead to me, too.
You can't use it again?
That I would take the person to court and say, hey, you need to outfit a new tub.
Something tells me they
don't
probably
have the
don't
money
have
for that.
the
It doesn't
resources.
matter. They're going to collect that till the day they die.
Well, okay.
Because that's my bathtub.
All right. Well, here's something I want you to explore, this space, this idea.
Yes.
What if you got in there and it's a woman that did this? Like, what if she seemed really, like, clean cut? You saw her and you were like, you know what? She's not really that dirty. I guess a little bit of Comet, a little bit of elbow grease.
A little scrub.
Oh, yeah, because we're way past, like, just a little, like, swish around soap. I think you got to get down with some microparticle scrubbing.
Bleach.
Yeah, you're really getting, I think you could probably get back in there.
I don't know. I would just feel like the space has been compromised, and I just wouldn't feel safe there anymore.
I mean, every time you walk in your bathroom, you expect to see a naked stranger eating your Cheetos.
Like, how we always joke, like, oh, safe space, safe space. Like, I'd really feel like my safe space was gone.
You need your bathroom to be a safe space?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're out. Like, you're selling, you get out.
And I don't think I have to disclose that. That's not like someone was murdered there, but I would leave. Especially if it's an apartment, I'd be like, I don't feel safe here anymore. I'm going.
And you could probably get out of your lease for that.
I bet you could.
You think?
I think you could.
That's one of those, like, it's probably not in the lease, but you could, they'd probably just.
Unless I was the one who left the door unlocked in a jar. Like, how did they get in? Did they break in?
How did you get the door in the jar?
A jar.
What?
Never mind. So I don't feel like I could recover from that. No, I would move someplace else.
I feel that. That's an experience I hope I never have.
I know. I mean, ever been broken into?
We've all dreamed of coming home and finding a beautiful naked woman eating Cheetos. Like, who hasn't had that dream, right? But I mean, not a stranger. Come on. Like, Just let's get real for a minute with this.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the RadioU app.
And I'll have the number 8. That's a party platter. It serves 12 people. I know what I'm about, son.
The Food Fight.
Hey, y'all, we doing a food fight. Remember
this one's a special edition.
It is. Thank you to Meg, who keeps going on world tours and keeps coming back with food for us.
It's so nice that you guys think of us when you're traveling, so we get to try different things from different places. And we, of course, are no secret. Like, we don't hold back on our love for Japan.
Oh, yeah.
That's on our Riot
Japanophiles.
bucket. Yeah, that's our Riot bucket list. And so Meg went and traveled to Tokyo and brought us, by the way, if you want to watch too, check out RadioU Riot or RadioU on Facebook, and you can join us for our Facebook Live with this. But we're finally trying Coca-Cola Peach. This is the one from Japan.
Mm-hmm. So,
so
let's
good.
see.
Just the packaging of it is so nice. And then we've got a couple of special KitKat flavors we can try.
It smells like, we always say it smells like fake peach. That's just
of course it's going to. Wait. Did it get up your nose? Did it get up your nose? Really?
I just got it up my nose.
It's okay. You know, you don't have soda as much as you used to, almost never. So that's why.
The peach. I'm only smelling fake peach.
The peach smells, I think it smells good.
Oh my gosh, it is so all the way up my nose.
It's very potent.
Well,
you ready to try
I got no questions about what it smells like.
All right, so Coca-Cola Peach from Japan. Thank you again, Meg. Yeah, there's some peach to that.
It's very Coke at first and then peach later. Though even the Coke flavor is a little off.
I like the aftertaste. I don't feel like it's too artificial for the aftertaste. It's very smooth. I like this one. But I like peach stuff, and I don't know if you like it as much as I do.
You know what? Here's my take on peach. If you can give me a good, like, ripe local peach, I'm in.
There's none of that in this.
No, there's not.
And also, I prefer Diet Coke. I just actually like the taste of Diet Coke more than regular Coke. So,
I think it's just the regular Coke part that I think tastes good.
Sure, if it was a Diet Coke peach, then we'd be bringing that over.
You don't like all this sweet sugar noise
that
it's making in your mouth?
It's too much. So we've got. Thank you again, Meg, for sending that from Japan. Now tell me which KitKat do you want to try first? I've got a couple flavors. We could do butter. We could try that one.
Okay, let's just start there.
We got butter. A strawberry maple one.
That is the simplest flavor.
If you go to Tokyo, there's a KitKat store, and there's all these different flavors.
Stuff.
There's tons of flavors for this.
The other thing that's worth noting is that their idea of a KitKat is
very
hilariously, it's half the size of our KitKat.
Okay, so this one's a butter KitKat.
Smells like white chocolate.
And it tastes just like white chocolate.
Wait for it. No, wait.
You think it's gonna taste more like butter in the end? It just tastes like white chocolate.
That's a lie.
You think so?
No, there's a slight chemically
buttery
something
spread.
Different. Yeah, there's something different there. All
right, so the other flavor.
Yeah, no.
You get the bitter. Well, you have the butter now.
It tastes like a Jelly Belly butter popcorn.
Good call.
That's not good.
You've got Chocolatory. That's the KitKat store. This one is a strawberry maple. You seemed interested in this.
No, I'm interested in that.
You like strawberry?
I like maple.
You like maple?
Mm-hmm.
Big strawberry taste.
Yeah?
Oh, I don't like the maple on that one. What do you think?
I don't taste that.
You don't taste it?
No.
I get an earthy aftertaste to that somehow I don't like maple syrup with.
Well, I got a clear palate.
Clear the palate. All right, one last one, because there's a ton. Like, she sent us so many KitKats. Thank you again, Meg, for our Riot Food Fight Japan. This one, I think, it's a Hokkaido melon. And
Which we've never had, so we're not going to know.
It also has mascarpone cheese in it. It's Hokkaido melon and cheese.
Hey guys, here's 2 flavors I've never had in my life. Tell me if they taste like them.
So I think Google Translate seemed to pull both of those up, but definitely Hokkaido melon.
It smells like a watered-down Jolly Rancher watermelon.
It does. It does have that. That one's pretty good. That one's good.
That's weird.
It's
it
really
tastes like a melon, almost cantaloupe-like.
Yes, very much cantaloupe.
Much more of a cantaloupe kind of flavor. And the cheese just tastes like,
I think
sometimes cheese tastes really dry. If you get like a sharp cheese, it's got like a dry, there's a weird dryness to the
mascarpone.
Yeah, like you can kind of taste the cheese.
The melon tastes nice. That's the Hokkaido melon KitKat.
Yeah, it tastes like cantaloupe to me. And, I always have cheese with my cantaloupe. So
every time you eat.
Somebody probably does.
Well, thank you for your, Meg, your contribution to our Riot food fight. I would say yes to the Coca-Cola Peach. That is really good.
I'm now curious if they make a diet.
I don't think they do. I think this was just limited, and okay. It was just in this style.
Nikki, with a little money and a freestyle machine.
Make our own version of it.
I can make your dreams come true.
I don't know if I can get that.
Just to hop in this white van here. Don't worry about the lack of windows. You wouldn't want to see all that sunlight.
I'm supposed to say no to that.
Nikki and Obadiah. Obadiah and Nikki.
Love, hate, love.
All right, everyone in, let's go!
It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Hey, Nikki, did you know it's Tax Freedom Day? Well, it was at some point last night. It officially became Tax Freedom Day.
Is there no taxes today? Or
No. It's not that.
So what are we free from?
Well, we've hit the point in the year where, as the American people, our money's ours now. Up until this moment, you've been working for the federal and state government.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah. So it's a date when now it's your money.
Yay! Yay!
Well, of course, that depends on where you live. For example, yesterday was Tax Freedom Day for the state of Washington, and a couple days ago for the state of Oregon. But if you live in California, it's not till April 23rd.
You're still going.
A little more state taxes.
Yeah.
Illinois, all the way to April 29th. If you live in New York, all the way till May 14th.
Woo! Winning.
Those are some big-time state taxes. In fact, as I'm looking, I think New York might be the latest state.
For the state, because of state taxes?
Ooh, that is not a good place to live. Now, I'm sure that you have wonderful state parks and something, whatever.
You're living there because you want to live there, but it's expensive.
Yep. So the other runner-ups would be like Connecticut, May 3rd, New Jersey, May 3rd, Washington, D.C., May 3rd.
Who pays off their taxes first, though? Who were you saying?
It doesn't. But the idea is that if you take your yearly income...
And you've been paying that amount up till this point is really what's been going to the government.
That's exactly
right. But who has the lowest?
The lowest.
So that you kind of make sure you're getting through theirs first.
Let's see.
Fastest.
I've got April 7th is for Idaho and April 9th for Georgia. Looks like it might be Idaho. Louisiana's at April 4th, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like probably Louisiana has your lowest taxes. Oklahoma's close. You're done there paying taxes on April 5th. Yeah. Yep, that looks like that. It looks like Louisiana is the lowest. Wins.
Okay.
And again, if you're not getting it, we're talking about percentage of money paid out for tax, so that basically you've spent the last 4.5 months, or I guess, is it 4? Yeah, 4.5 months, and all of that money is going to taxes.
In case you weren't listening close enough, you're like, no, the riot said I'm not paying anymore. I'm past my date.
Louisiana is tied with Arkansas, or excuse me, Alaska. Alaska is also April 4th. And hey, they still have 2 Blockbuster videos up in Alaska.
I mean, I heard that they pay you to live in Alaska.
That's what I heard.
I think you get money when you cross the border.
Boy.
You're like, I'm living here now.
No offense, Alaska, but they'd probably have to.
I would love to live there, as long as it wasn't too harsh. So if I picked the least harshest part of Alaska.
Suburban Alaska.
Yeah, I still want to live in a community.
Anchorage?
I like a lot of people. I like a large town. I like a city.
You could go to Anchorage.
Yeah,
that would work.
I think that'd be nice.
I'm just going to tell you that that is a place, even in Anchorage, that when people talk about high-speed internet, they're not talking about any of the high-speed internet you're talking about.
Are you sure? Faster? Is it faster?
Is it?
Do they have fiber?
Is it? Yeah, in your cereal.
That's all you get. I don't think I'd make it. Well, I need to slow down life sometimes.
Maybe
so when
you
I'm
do.
ready to slow down, I'm going there.
I actually would like to go see what Anchorage is like. Just in general.
I would like to spend enough time there to see what it's really like.
Right,
I feel
absolutely.
It's not enough just to go on vacation there. I want to go for an extended amount of time.
It's been like 2 weeks?
Yeah, and then I'll be like, I got to go someplace.
You'll have seen everything.
Internet. If I can't post, then.
The Riot. Turn it down.
And rip the knob off.
RadioU.
I want you to take a good look at yourself and tell me what's wrong with you. Fat ankles, chicken wing shoulder blades. I mean, what is it? Okay, that's just the stuff you're born with. What about the stuff that you've acquired over time? Had a sinus infection that's lasted for 6 months. Got one of those.
Someone in this room.
Maybe
the one talking over
I don't
there.
know. You don't like your hairstyle? Maybe you're losing your hair. Don't like, or look at me, I have crooked arms. Now, I was born with straight arms, but after 2 broken elbows, my arms hang funny. And we're just getting started on all the things that are wrong with me. What about this? That's just the physical stuff. What about mental stuff? Suffer from depression? Bipolar, anxiety, what kind of mental problems you got? Let's put all those on the table. Now let's pick the one that makes you unlovable. Can we find it? Which one's the one? Have you zeroed in on it? That's the thing that makes you unlovable? Shut up already. You're wrong. Okay? It's ridiculous. I don't not love someone because they're depressed. I don't not love somebody because I don't like their ankles or whatever. That's not the reason why. And that's none of that is the reason why God doesn't love you, because there is no reason. God does love you. So I don't care what's wrong with you. I don't care that thing about your physical appearance that you just can't stand. Your mental problems, your issues, your mental health stuff. You know what? I have some of that too, that I struggle with. Do you know that it still does not disqualify me? God's not like, well, with that anxiety, I don't want to be around that. I'm going to go over here. Have you tried feeling better? Think positive.
You're not too much to take on.
You're not. So look, all of this stuff, and you might even say out loud, well, of course, nothing like this makes me not lovable. But if we started peeling back the layers and got to the middle of this stinky onion, somewhere inside, you're like, yeah, I actually do think that I can't be loved because of blank. Take just a minute, and I want you to think about it. What is that thing that makes you feel unlovable? You can even take a minute, write it down, say it out loud, and then I want you to laugh at it, throw it away, whatever it is, because it's not legit. God loves you anyway. He loves you just like you are right now. And you can have a relationship with Jesus and know that love for yourself. And this might sound goofy, but God can actually teach you to love and accept yourself just the way that he loves and accepts you. Invite him in. Say, Jesus, I need that. I want you to come into my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I don't feel like I can be loved because blank. Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with God about it. And God, I want you to help me to know what it's like to be loved. And he will. Real talk.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
Oh, yeah. Some of the best looking goats you ever see.